Alright.
Justice.
So,
Okay.
we've been having an interesting conversation, on justice, defined as the view of how law should judge people.
No, not the law. The law has already been written on the certain obvious things. And this is what I'm pointing out now. Like, don't murder people. Don't rape people. Don't rob people. All these things are bad.
Okay, but why is murder inherently bad? Not murder out of blind thing, but...
Because as a collective society, we have all agreed, I don't want to die. That one doesn't want to die either.
Okay, but my point is...
Let's keep it all gravy on that.
In the second case, what, if you kill a rapist, why is that inherently bad? Why should you go to prison for stopping that?
Not for stopping it. For murdering someone.
Yeah. So people, it is...
Murder's bad.
Why is murder inherently bad? What assigns it that value?
Because human life is valuable, no matter what. No matter what wrong someone does, they can be...
But the human life of someone who killed someone is less valuable?
Yes, that's what you're arguing. I'm not saying that.
Yes, you are. Prison is a horrible place. Yes. If you send someone to prison, you are obviously saying you are less valuable than someone else because you committed an action.
Not at all. I believe that everyone in prison has an opportunity to be redeemed. Most of the people that go into prison find a way to redeem themselves. There are a lot of very wonderful things you can do in prison. You can work in the library, not join a gang, and then you can go, hey, I learned how to be a lawyer.
Prisons are horrible.
Have you ever been to prison?
No. Have you? I have read the articles on it.
I'm a black dude. I've got a ton of people that have been to prison.
Okay.
And most of them are great people. There's actually a guy I know. This is a prime example. This guy strangled a guy because the guy raped his sister. This is a very serious story, so there will be no jokes made right now.
Given that he's a comedian, I want you to understand how serious a declaration that is.
When I met him, I was warned. Oh, by the way, he went to prison. Now, in my head, I was just thinking, oh yeah, he was in prison. Okay, whatever. He probably didn't want to talk about it. That was the first thing we talked about, because he and I got very, very inebriated. And while we were speaking, he said, well, I deserved to go to jail for what I did to that guy. It was horrible. I should have reported him to the police and helped them get proof, because there are ways to prove that someone committed sexual assault, especially if you accuse them. And this is the problem with society now, is that when someone makes an accusation, they're considered an accuser, not a victim of this horrible act.
Once again, with that whole justice is blind thing, that's a symptom of that. Innocent until proven guilty is a fundamental requirement for that whole justice being blind thing.
Innocent until proven guilty?
Yes.
I've always seen it as guilty until proven innocent.
And this is why he's not
a bad superhero.
No. People have to have a chance to show that they're not guilty. You shouldn't assume. If I said you murdered someone without context in public, you should not be arrested and tried on the basis that you murdered someone. Well, no, and you definitely shouldn't be treated as a murderer.
Up to you to prove that I murdered that
then
person.
In that case, you are innocent until you are proven to be guilty. If I pointed at a random dead person and shouted out, you murdered him.
If I'm a black person, I'd be arrested on the spot, and then I would be held while they investigate.
I'm sorry. Right, I forgot to assume the least convenient possible world. Okay, so what are the problems with an environment in which you would be arrested immediately on any possible accusation?
Murder, rape, all those things someone should be arrested for if they're accused. Now, if they can prove themselves because with sexual assault, and this is the important thing, which is why I was hoping you wouldn't interrupt me, his sister got a rape kit done immediately after she was assaulted. But it was 48 hours later, which means it was inadmissible in court because there wasn't enough proof. This is a problem. So it couldn't be proved, but she knew he did it. She had the ability to prove it because, luckily for her, just like right now, she was recording herself on the phone. She was recording herself singing in a truck. A guy pulled her out and then attacked her. She had the whole thing on record. He heard this, heard the guy's voice, knew who it was right away, went to his home and strangled him to death, and realized that he was a murderer and that he belonged in jail. Realized that society couldn't stop this monster.
Slight interruption there.
Strangled him to death. And showed me how he did it too. Pretty messed up. Are you recording my face?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
It's just the voice recorder, Ashton.
Now, he explained to me, very specifically, why he thought he belonged in jail, and why he thought what he did was right. Now, what I was trying to point to, important point, there's not a difference between right and wrong, there's a difference between guilty and innocent. If you're guilty of a crime, you belong in jail. Right or wrong, you're guilty. Now, if you're framed for something, that's a totally different story. Like, that just sucks. I mean, Floyd Lawton is Deadshot. Look at Deadshot. He's killed many a criminal. That's his job. He gets hired by criminals to kill criminals. So he's taking out the bad guys. Does he belong in jail?
No.
No, he doesn't? The murderer?
So, unlike you, I have a very different view of the ethics and morality of that situation. I
just believe in justice.
That's such a nebulous term, and it's definitely loaded language to just call it justice like that. Yes, I believe in justice. That's in finger quotes, so that doesn't come through in a recording. But if you kill someone, your utility as a person is lowered. If you kill someone who has killed someone, it's either not affected if they've killed one person, or it's, in fact, increased because you are stopping someone who has obviously killed multiple people.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, someone who kills someone that kills people is doing the right thing.
Yes.
Yes. What I'm saying is, they can do the right thing. They're still a murderer. They still belong in jail because the law says, don't fucking kill people. Class A, Class B, and Class C murders. In America, it's first-degree murder, second-degree murder, and third-degree murder. Murder is murder. Murder is wrong. Don't do it. Don't go to jail. Do it. Go to jail. If you kill someone who's killed people, if they've killed multiple people and planned on killing more, good. We've gotten rid of one of the bad ones. Now we need to get rid of one of the good ones that did a bad thing. They'll learn their lesson and go back into society.
Why is that viewpoint useful? Because learning your lesson, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't stop murders. I should let them do whatever.
Well, they learn their lesson
what.
immediately if they turn themselves in. My buddy, and I'm not going to name him by names because, like, if he hears this, he'll be pissed off that he was mentioned by name. Understood that he committed a crime. That's the only thing that I see when I hear, oh, someone's murdered someone. They've committed a crime. They belong in jail. The president belongs in jail because he's committed multiple crimes. I mean, let's take his tax thing that people seem to hate so much, that's opened multiple very well-funded businesses that offer jobs to many people. So he's done a good thing. He's given jobs to a bunch of Mexicans who aren't in this country legally. Now, he could help them a lot more and go, well, you work for my company, we can help you find citizenship because you deserve it, because you are hard-working Americans. You came to this country to work hard. My own personal belief is that if you're willing to swim across a very disgusting river and go through persecution not only racially, but by the government, who says, well, you came here illegally, so you gotta go back. Even though you're willing to work your tooth and nail to the bone, even though both of those things are technically
bones.
If you're willing to work to the bone and almost die and get murdered by some crazy southerner with a shotgun going, I'm gonna protect the border. No, you deserve to be in this country. Outright, but also being here illegally is a crime, so like...
So you should be in jail.
No, they shouldn't be in jail.
Wait. So what? Justice should be blind except in the situation where you think it shouldn't be blind?
Let me finish my goddamn statement.
But...
Don't interrupt.
You're inconsistent.
Do not interrupt Zafira. If you hadn't have interrupted me, I would have finished my statement and said, those people that come here legally, that are willing to work, those people who are obviously here because they want to provide themselves with a better life because the country that they were in is not providing that for them, deserve the opportunity to become citizens. They shouldn't have to come here illegally. That's my problem.
But your statement is justice should be blind. It is blind in that case. If you enter illegally, this is not my opinion, this is merely a statement of what he said. If you come here illegally, according to the definition of justice should be blind, you should be imprisoned, or at least deported.
Deported, yeah. If I'd come here illegally, I should be deported.
And you use the word imprisoned a lot. My point still stands. Your view is that they shouldn't be punished for it because it fits within your moral system, which for some...
Let me make this very simple. So we've got this book of laws, right?
Right.
that
He's
like
gesturing in a
everyone-
rectangle.
that everyone is supposed to follow, right?
This is a very vague understanding of the law, but yes.
How is that vague? There's the law. You follow it. It's that simple.
Yeah, but there's multiple layers of law. There's state law, there's federal law, there's all sorts of subsets of the law based off the cities.
Here we go. Here's my favorite one. Tommy Chong, famous for Cheech and Chong in his stand-up career.
Yeah.
Famous marijuana smoker. Broke the law a lot by smoking weed, but he's famous for showing that marijuana is not a dangerous thing. He's an outlaw. I believe in outlaws. Most outlaws are great. They're still criminals and belong in jail. Now, that doesn't mean my personal opinions on the law itself are not different in this fact. But when he went to jail because he wanted to protect his son, who was selling bongs across state lines, which is illegal.
A felony.
Yes, it's a felony.
Crossing state lines with intent to sell.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he was shipping them, but still. Same
crime.
Same thing. Yeah, same crime. He took the rap for it. And when he was on trial, do you know what he did?
What?
Because the DA wanted to use against him films he had made 40 years ago that made the DEA look bad because like the two stoners were getting away with smoking weed right under the DEA's noses. They tried to use that, what he said, in front of his lawyer, who suggested he not speak because he's Tommy Chong and he'll say whatever he wants. He said, if you're going to put me in jail for a crime I've committed, then do so because I've broken the law and I deserve to be in jail for that. But do not bring up anything that is not admissible for this situation. Movies I made 40 fucking years ago.
Yeah, the statute of limitations on that should have expired.
No. But again, the war on drugs is still a thing. It's still a heavy thing. And the war on marijuana is still a massive thing.
The war on marijuana is super dumb.
So there's no real... I'm going to read your stupid website on your bullshit. Alex T for Texas. I don't give a damn. Vote Alex T for Texas. He's probably a good liberal. But no, very serious thing. If someone's broken the law, which Tommy Chong did, he broke the law. He was selling bongs across state lines to places where you couldn't buy a bong. Selling them as tobacco water pipes. And just changing the name. In certain states, that's okay. Which includes Texas. You can buy a tobacco water pipe. And like that's what it's considered. But you can slap grandma's sweet tea over a jar of piss, but it's still a jar of piss. You break the law, you break the law. The man has a focus on that. He broke the law, and he was protecting two important people. Well, no, he didn't even break the law. They just used his name. And he signed off on it. So he didn't break the law. His son did. But they threatened to put both his son and his wife in jail, so he protected them. It's the same thing with my buddy. Killed a guy because the guy did something wrong. But both of those people realized they also broke the law. So they realized jail is what they say for those lawbreakers. You go to jail. Like, there's no, oh, this person deserves to be free, even though, like, they just killed one person. I mean, if that's the case, Ted Bundy should have been free. I mean, two of the people he killed, one was a, what was that one? Was a non-convicted, pedophile who had child pornography in their home. Now that's not why Ted Bundy killed them. He killed that person because it was Ted Bundy. And he was like, ooh, yum. And ate him. But Ted Bundy, the serial killer,
which actually seems like a relatively utilitarian action, eating human flesh. They're dead. They don't care about it anymore.
But he still killed them.
Oh yeah, killing them to do it, assuming that they have a non-zero,
eat a
above
dead
zero.
person that's been dead, that just died. It's disgusting. You want fresh meat. You don't want spoiled, rotten meat. It's disgusting. So cannibalism is wrong. Those African nations that do it are disgusting. But
I'm trying to figure out what never mind. I'll save this for the next video.
Okay. But either way, like I said, you break the law, you go to jail. That's why I don't like Batman. He breaks the law. He belongs in jail.
Fair.
He also doesn't save anybody.
Yeah, that can come up later. That's the end of this video since we're about to hit 15 minutes. Next video, I will provide my counterpoint to this.